Hello, everyone. We have reached the end of my pre-recorded and edited episodes. There are actually a lot more topics that I chose not to focus on because I thought these 16 were really the most important ones in terms of what it feels like to be high, which, of course, was the original idea for this project. But who knows? Maybe someday I'll decide to release those to the public as well. So this week's episode is another weird question that's about how people feel about cannabis. What do you want to say to pot? One of the things I said to my intervieweeds to reframe the question was, what would you say to pot if it was going away for a while or for good? So that's why some of their responses are framed that way.
If I had to address pot as an entity,
what would I want pot to know?
Yeah.
What would I want pot to know? Oh, man.
Oh, God, I can't even. There's so many things I would probably say.
Hey.
I'd suck weed's dick.
I mean, what? We're friends. You don't have to say anything when you're friends.
I don't suck dick, but I'd get on my knees and suck the shit out of that weed dick.
Sometimes just silence between two friends. That's when you know.
Weed is definitely a friend. Like if a friend went away, it would be sad, you know.
Pot. Dear Pot.
Dear Pot, please never leave me.
So if Pot were in this room right now.
Well, the truth is, the spirit and essence of marijuana is in this room today.
Oh, I'd say, hi, what's going on?
I would probably tell it how much I appreciate it and how beautiful it is and how helpful it is for so many people, including myself, how much I will miss it, and I'll probably smell it and enjoy it and take it all in. And yeah, I think really just showing my appreciation and gratitude for it.
You have enhanced my life in so many ways. Having had the relationship I've had with you, I could not now imagine going through my life without having you as part of my life.
When I met you, I totally didn't understand what you were all about. I thought you were kind of a cool friend to hang out with for a little bit, but now I understand exactly who you are. And don't go away for too long, okay? Because I really need you in my life. You're kind of a necessity. So stick around.
Thank you for helping so many different people and just, being all around awesome.
I thank weed very much for being weed and all the lovely properties that weed has, the characteristics of weed, the mannerisms of weed, the subtleties of weed.
Thank you for the time we had together and for making music that much better.
You have changed my point of view, allowed me to deal with my inner struggles without doing any excessive damage to myself mentally or physically or to anybody else.
Well, I hope that our association is not depleting me in some way.
It gave me an opportunity to overcome a lot of my personal struggles.
I hope that, there aren't long-term effects that I'm going to suffer from down the line.
But pot, like I say, it actually saved an addictive personality from really, getting nuts maybe.
I hope that you're a benevolent part of nature that is put here so that I can feel more creative. And thank you very much for helping me along in that department.
You are a very special part of my life. You have been there for me when I've needed you the most. You have been there to make me laugh and help with stress and anxiety. You've been a really, really good friend.
I have had some really good times with you. You were definitely a large part in my upbringing, but like all good things, they must come to an end, and that's why I don't visit you that much anymore.
And sometimes we outgrow our friends. I've outgrown you a little bit. You will always have a very, very special place in my heart.
But I might cry a little bit if weed went away. I might have to have a little tear for the weed departure. I don't know, who knows?
I would probably not be all that composed. I think that I would be sad. And
it had its time and place, and I think it really promoted an evolution of consciousness for a lot of people and served a good purpose, and I'm happy that I got to experience it.
You're a multifaceted character. You know, you bring medical healing and laughter to the world, and you are seductive when that may not be the best for people who are seduced by you.
I hope that other people can experience a relationship with you that I have, and I hope that the human species is intelligent enough to allow you to display and share its gifts with other people who choose to use and not abuse it.
But also, quit coming in brick form. Now I am spoiled and only want good weed. So, you need to like figure your shit out and only be like spectacular all the time and beautiful and fluffy and light green with crystals and just how I want. But other than that, I love you and don't go anywhere.
I was actually thinking, get in my lungs.
Come jump into my pipe so I can smoke you because I'm not going to see you for a very, very long time.
I guess I'd want Pot to know that it will be missed.
So long, Pot. It's been nice.
But it's not going anywhere. What kind of silly question is that? It's a weed.
I can't think of a better way to end this portion of the podcast, which is why I ended it this way. If you come across anyone who still has old and negative viewpoints of cannabis, tell them to listen to this episode. Actually, tell them to listen to the whole podcast. Please subscribe, share, rate, and review. It really does help tiny little itsy bitsy podcasts like this one to get more exposure. And I hope you believe that it deserves that. But fear not, this is not the end of the podcast. At the time of recording this, I recorded a new interview yesterday, and I have another one scheduled for next week, so hopefully by the time you're actually hearing this, I will have even more new interviews done. My plan is to release at least one new interview each month, hopefully 2, so we can hear what more people say after the statement, "When I'm high."